Our through hulls are old and they're corroded, and some are even frozen solid. Honestly, you were just one bad day from sinking the boat with the old through hulls. We do not want this boat to ever have that issue again. So, we're replacing the through hulls. Question is, why do we go with Marelon? So here we have one of our old through hulls. All of our old through hulls are made from bronze. And for the longest time, bronze is definitely considered to be the material of choice for through hulls. Any of the old sea dogs, this is what they say to use. And they're not wrong in saying that it's a good choice. Bronze has been used in boat building for many decades, and it's proven its miles on many sailing voyages. And to be honest, when you hold a bronze through hull in your hand, it's got good heft. So there is kind of a sense of security in the weight in your hand. But bronze is not a perfect material. It suffers the same problems any other metal will suffer from. The biggest problem it faces is electrolysis. The metal just gets eaten away slowly if your boat is improperly grounded. And with electrolysis, you can also get corrosion and other such things. Like, do you see this green patina here? That's not good. Which leads into the other problem we have, which is this thing is frozen solid. We cannot turn this one at all. And that's a safety hazard when we're offshore. Because if you can't shut off the through hull, now you have open access to the sea into your boat. One big wave and you have water coming in. So this brings us to what we ultimately bought, which was Marelon Thru Hulls. And it does not have the same heft as the bronze, but this thing is beefy. Marelon Thru Hulls especially have a history of use in boats. They've also been used in boats for the past few decades now. Because they are plastic, they do not suffer from the same problems as metal. They will not have electrolysis ever. So with proper maintenance, these through hulls should last the lifetime of the boat. Heck, they're even built for proper maintenance. If you take a look at this thing, it's a 3-piece valve. I can fully disassemble this and rebuild it easily. And even if I don't need to go that far, I can remove the handle here and service the stem. This thing is a whole lot easier to maintain than its bronze equivalent. And to top things off, this has been built to ABYC standards of today. This thing has a very large base, so it's going to be very hard to just knock it off the side of the hull. Whereas with the bronze equivalent, it does not have as large of a base. Now, selecting a plastic through hull does bring with it some concerns. To start, there is the concern of UV. A bunch of the plastic through hulls you can get out there are not necessarily UV stabilized and will break down in the sun. Marlin, on the other hand, and I'm willing to bet a few others, are UV stabilized. And so they should last longer than those competitors. Since we are going to be mounting one of these at the waterline, we'll be able to see how well that UV stabilized stands up to the test of time. Now, with a plastic, there is the valid concern of, in colder climates, the plastic becoming brittle. First, the same can be said about bronze, where it also becomes more brittle with lower temperatures. And with Marlon and our cruising plans, I'm not too worried, honestly, because at being rated at minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit, we should be pretty good to go if we just stay out of waters that cold. The other issue with choosing a plastic material for through hull is you have to be careful with what sealants you use. if you don't use the right one, there is the possibility that it can eat into the plastic and destroy it, leading to a very bad day. And that's why we're going to be going with one of the pre-approved sealants for use with Marelon. So we'll be using Sikaflex 291 to install our through hulls. And so that's why we've gone with Marelon Thru Hulls. We're not sponsored, but I'm a pretty big fan of their product. These things are strong. They're going to be easy to maintain, and they're built to ABYC specifications. They're not going to corrode on us, and they should last the lifetime of the boat. What through hulls do you trust to put into your boat, and why? Let us know down below. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time.